Good morning. It's day 19 of the cruise, and we're sailing into Punta del Este. That's where we'll be walking down to today. Okay, so here we are in Punta del Este, Uruguay. We are anchored just offshore. It is a tender port. So we're in this little bay, and we're just getting ready, and we're gonna head in. Looking down into the water, I can see some little tiny jellyfish, but I wouldn't be able to get them on camera. But small city, should be very nice. We're just gonna go and walk around. We're not doing a tour or anything today. Here are Bob and I getting ready to head out in the tender to go on shore. And then we found this little house here with a beautiful ocean view for sale. It's like, okay, let's move here. And there's Bob taking some photos. Well, we found the Area 51 of Uruguay, Punta del Este. Do not trespass, conducting experiments. And that's the blue building behind it is Our Lady of the Candle that we went inside. It was really pretty inside there. And then going around, the beach is just down at the end of that road. And then this is the lighthouse going up. The blue church is called the Lady of the Candle, and then this is the interior altar, which was very beautiful. Nice little community church. There were everywhere there were flowers in bloom up and down the street, and you can tell people really went out of their way to do beautiful flowers. I really enjoyed this little setup. I'd actually like to do that at our front yard. The bells and this little bit of seagrass was in front of the blue church. They were just laying there, and then they had a lot of oleanders, which we see a lot in Los Angeles. And the anchor coming up here is from the HMS Ajax, which was during World War II. They fought with the Graf Spee, and that was a battle there in front of off of Uruguay, which is one of the only things to happen there because they were a neutral country. Here we are. We're at where the river meets the ocean. The River Plate meets the Atlantic Ocean. Just a little bit to the side of where I was before. Just beautiful. That's a big boy over there. Oh my word. Did you see how big he is? Good morning. It's day 20 of the cruise. Our second of 3 port days in a row. We are sailing into Buenos Aires, Argentina, and we have a city tour and a tango lunch today. Bob and I took a Holland America shore excursion, and this was a interesting tree. They had the statue holding it up. We went inside the cemetery here, which has the mausoleum for Eva Peron, and this is just some statuary that I thought was pretty there. This was a young lady that had passed away. And then this is Evita's family mausoleum, and she is not buried with Peron. And the next is coming up as a woman who, she died in Europe, and her dog died the same day in Buenos Aires. And then here I am in front of the Pink Palace, where she gave her "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" speech. And this is the Armas Plaza. Across from it is the church where the Pope was the cardinal and gave his sermons before going on to be elected Pope. And it also has the mausoleum of San Manuel, who is one of the liberators of Argentina. It's a beautiful church, highly decorated. I thought the organs up there on the top were interesting. I'd love to be able to hear them play. And then here's the mausoleum of General San Martin. And then next we went to the tango show with a delicious lunch. It was a ribeye, very good. For them to cook that many of them as expertly as they did, it was very good. Good evening. It's about 8:30, and we've left Buenos Aires and we're headed out back to Montevideo. And we're just kind of in a shipping channel here. You can see all of the other ships out at sea. So it's a really pretty evening. Good morning. It's day 21 of the cruise, and we are headed into Montevideo, Uruguay. We have a city tour planned today. Just a short one, like a 3-hour thing. Day 21 of the cruise. It's January the 24th, Saturday, and 3 weeks in. I'm not bored yet, having a great time. And after this, we'll go to the Falkland. We have 2 days at sea, Falkland Islands, and then we start 7 days going through Antarctica. So pretty much our last city before going around Antarctica. Here we are back in Montevideo, Uruguay, and we're taking a tour that I booked through Viator with the Yellow Penguins, and that's Juan Nicholas. He was our tour guide. This is a plaza that we went to, and I just photographed some of the interesting buildings around. These next 2 buildings are the old and the new office of the president. So they have upgraded that, and just some fountains around the area. It was just a nice little community park to wander around in. And then we drove out to kind of the beach side where they had the Montevideo sign that we could have our picture taken. And there's a wider shot of the beach area. And then this sculpture was just in dedication to the people, the pioneers of the area. These were these little chocolates that Bob absolutely loved. And then here's just some of the architecture around the city that I thought was interesting. And then we went to a community market. So we're in a market. They have the pastries, the cheese, the carne, just kind of turning across the way. Chicken especial, VW bus selling juice, the ice cream, frozen, and then we have the pet food. Buy by the scoop. That's where they keep their bobs and the fresh fruits and vegetables. Here we are. It's about, 7:30 at night. And what time is it? 7:30? Just got in from dinner and we're calling it a night. It was a busy day. Just coming down the channel. And the sun's trying to peek out from under those clouds, make a beautiful sunset. And say goodbye to day 21 of the cruise. I'm gonna come in. We got new flowers today. Nice rose and that, and another Jack Torres chocolate. So we had a really nice day today. Anyways, we have 2 days at sea, and then hopefully we'll be at Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands. We shall see how it goes. Good morning. It's day 22 of the cruise, January the 25th, Sunday. We're headed back into the South Atlantic Sea, headed towards Port Stanley, Falkland Islands. And it's pretty calm out today, not too much wind. We've had some really good seas. Open ocean. We have a full muster drill today, and I have ladies kind of get together this afternoon. And other than that, I think I'm going to reorganize the room a little bit, kind of get my souvenirs put away, but it's another beautiful day at sea. We have 2 days at sea, and then the third day is Port Stanley, and we get to see some penguins. Well, good evening. We just had dinner and watched the Patriots Broncos game. Patriots, I believe, won, and just was a pretty sunset, pretty evening. Good night. It's Sunday, day 22 of the cruise. Let's see. There's the moon up there. Just headed into cooler weather and just been gorgeous. Very, very grateful to spend this time out in nature. We should be going to the Falkland Islands. One more day at sea and then the Falkland Islands. See some penguins. I can't wait. Good morning. Welcome to day 23 of the cruise, January the 26th. And another sea day as we're headed down towards the Falkland Islands. I think we're only in like the 60 degrees weather today. It's getting a little chillier as we're headed towards Antarctica. The captain did an overview of the places that we were going to try to get to. They do the exploration of Antarctica. We kind of do off the cuff. It's like where it looks the clearest and everything. So we don't have a set route when we set off. And we did have some explorer guides with us and an actual ice pilot that came on. So next up will be the Falkland Islands and then Antarctica.